Hello, everyone. Welcome to another great episode of the Puff Drink Talk podcast. Conrad here.
Dylan.
Hilton.
George.
And who's going to win the Olympics? Gentlemen, what is happening?
Brazil. Okay. Brazil's going to win the Olympics. I'm sorry. There's still a lot of gold medals, you know.
How many have they won this so far?
One? Two.
Okay.
Golds is 2.
But if you don't mind, let me be right. So yeah, what is actually the way to?
Brazil's going to win the Olympics. I'm sorry.
What the hell? There you go. That's. So what is the real criteria for gold? Look, gold is worth it
number one?
400 times more than silver. Right, so and then it's 2,000 times
Why is
more.
400 times more?
Because this is what the market says.
If you want to go and buy.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just saying, gold is like 300 times more value than silver,
right.
And 3,000 times more than bronze. Okay, so when it comes to that, does only gold matter, really? That's what Nike has been saying. You know that the new commercials from Nike, if you don't win, you're nobody. That's terrible ad actually from Nike. But anyway, so is that only gold that matter really?
Well, the second place, you're the first loser. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're the first loser.
Yeah, there is only one world champion. There is no, a second champion.
Of course, I have an agenda when I ask a question like that, right?
To which I would say, what is the point of giving out a silver and a bronze medal then?
Exactly.
Why bother?
Exactly.
Do you win or go home? Why even get a silver or a
I haven't
bronze?
even included that in my argument, but I agree with you.
That's my main argument. What's the point? If gold is the only thing that matters, why do we bother with silver and bronze?
Because if it were you competing, you'd like, well, at the least, I would like to get something because I did pretty well. Didn't win, but I did pretty well.
Looks good on a resume.
If you did it on a point system, right? Where if it was all...
It means that you are the first loser.
Maybe...
That's what you said.
Yeah.
Gold is worth 10 points, silver's worth 5 points,
That's
and
not what
bronze
I'm
is worth
saying.
like 2 points. But if you did the math on all of that, no matter what, it still counts how many medals,
Okay. Yeah, so
what if you did that?
Now you are attributing value, like you're saying that winning is 5 times more important and valued than getting to the second place.
Could be.
And then you're telling that being a second place is 2.5 more important times more important than being bronze, maybe in the third place, right? So look how crazy it is to how people perceive these three medals.
If you put that into perspective in other sports, like F1, for example, winning the constructors at the end of the year, someone finishing in the 6th position versus 7th position, a couple $1 million worth of sponsorship.
Yeah.
So there is an attributed value to success in certain sports and certain things. I just think it does matter a silver and a bronze. This was a different conversation a few days ago when the U.S. was not leading in the gold medal count.
And that's my point. My main point, exactly this.
We have far more total medals than anyone else, but none of that matters. Like, well, why do we record it all if it doesn't matter? If it's just gold that matters, take the other ones out.
Exactly.
Let's just list golds and look at gold. Now, as of today, we are ahead of China by 2 medals.
I'm going to show very briefly so you don't get a strike.
We're not, this is just Olympic information. We're not showing any YouTube videos or copyright.
Yeah. But
This is not copyrighted.
No, this is not copyrighted.
Last week.
2 points.
Not a strike, man.
Conrad. Okay. So number 1, ESPN and American channels are the only ones in the whole world, and I can prove that because I had in 7 or 8 languages
we've
here.
seen it. We've
talked about it too.
I'll testify.
They're the only ones.
You say and we testify.
Okay.
That's proof enough.
All right, so there are like 7 or 8
Right.
in 7 or 8 languages in which what matters is gold.
Yes.
Okay, so all the rankings. Only the American rankings were showing total medals as the United States in the first place. Is it a little bit of afraid of the optics of having the risk of having less gold than China, for example?
We had a conversation about it, and to be honest with you, and I was telling Dylan that I never seen it done differently than just showing the number
Gold.
of gold.
Except for this year.
And then when there is
Except for an
a
American.
tie, and then who has
US.
whoever has more silver, and then it's a place ahead.
Yes.
Bronze
it's-
tie, then it goes to bronze.
Bronze.
Tiebreaker.
Yeah. So
But ultimately, at the end of the sorry,
hold
go
on.
ahead.
And then I said I lived in 3 different countries right now, right? So Brazil, England, and over here. So basically, everywhere in the world they show the order by the gold medals.
And that's it.
And over here, they will show the order by gold medals if the US is in front. But if it's the number, if the US is not by gold medals, they'll still show US at first place because the total counts
Yes.
of medals. And I find this beautiful. You know why? Because that's
How do you twist that into be good? I want to listen to that.
Because
Nationalism.
That's the nationalism. It's like you
Rooting
gotta
for your home team.
I mean, it's pathetic for me. I'm sorry.
No, what we do when Brazil doesn't score on and we say like Brazil is shit and whatever, and then the U.S. they don't do that. Even though they're not winning gold, but they're winning the most number of medals. For us, we're still first in the world. We're still best in the world, and that is showing pride. And then pride is good because it incentivizes and then it puts money in the sport. And I think every single country should do that if they had the opportunity to do so. Like, for example, Brazil showing only 2 gold medals. So they will be like, scroll down that, Dylan, please, to see how far down Brazil is.
They're like 17th or something.
Yeah, 18th. But they have 14, medals. So if they ordered by the number of medals, Brazil would not be in 18th. No. Brazil would be further up. You would be in 7th, in 5th place.
Yeah.
20.
20,
no, 16.
12.
18, 19.
14, 8,
Yes.
8, 7,
12.
But scroll up a little bit. Yeah, so you'll be in 12th place. Better than what it is right now. Mm-hmm. Incentivizes the Brazilian people to go and support and get behind, and then it sponsors, right? So I think my argument is this, but I accept any argument though.
Sure.
But my argument is this. I think it's valid and I think it's important. I think it's right. It's me thinking. That's Hilton thinking.
I like it when you say. I like it when you give your opinion, right?
I think it's null and void now. I mean, we're leading the gold medal race regardless now. But
Wait,
it's
how
all
many more
of
events
these.
do we have left?
There's still basketball. There's still the 200-meter final. There's still
We looked
quite
a lot
a few
into
things.
this.
There are,
I don't think China will
No,
overpass
it's gone.
it.
It's gone. I mean, we knew that
There's a
since the
chance.
beginning. We knew that since the beginning, right? So that the U.S. this year China only won in 2008 because it was there, because they participated in every single competition.
They might have been a little juiced up.
Yeah, just like
Sexed up, juiced up.
just like France. Look at
Overhyped.
France there. France is never 4th.
Who's with us then?
Jim's asking, what are we smoking?
Okay.
Oh, great, Jim. Hey, how's it going,
Hey,
Jim?
What's going on, Jim?
It's been a while since we saw him last time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm smoking a Deadwood, the girl with no name.
And we didn't know that it has a sweet tip on it. We did not know.
I don't
Oh,
mind
you
it.
both are you
Sweet girl.
both smoking the same?
Yeah,
A sweet tip?
it just has a sweet tip. I mean, it's
Like a mint flavor? What kind of
no,
flavor?
it's
Chocolatey.
not chocolatey.
Apparently, Hilton keeps buying flavored cigars. He doesn't know it.
Yeah. It was the second one that I bought, and I didn't know. And also I checked, and it didn't say there was flavor.
Really?
I would say I never smoke flavored cigars, but it's not bad. But
Yeah.
it is a little. People were saying online that it was like mildly sweet. It's very sweet.
Very.
So it's borderline too much, but I don't dislike it.
Was it as bad as the one that I smoked?
I didn't try yours
No,
yet either, so I don't know.
it's not.
It's not as bad.
It's not as sweet. No.
Because I swear to God, I had
No,
diabetes.
this one is
I need
alright.
to go on a diet after the other one.
The undertone after the
Oh,
sweetness.
I remember that one.
After the sweetness, the undertone is pretty good actually.
Really?
It's earthy.
Oh, good.
I feel like the more that I smoke on it, like it's rubbing off that sweetness off the tip, and it's just going back to it. But it's good.
Cool.
I wouldn't buy a pack though.
This is a Placencia, right? So Reserva Original. I don't know much about that, but It was one of the reminiscent cigars for my trip. So actually, Jim, was it Jim? Yeah, I think Jim was there helping me. Yeah, he helped me picking the cigars for
In
the trip.
Florida?
Well, here, right? So he bought the cigars here.
Oh,
so he helped
okay.
me buying I think about 12 because there are friends there.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is one of the recommendations of Placencia.
Oh, nice. I am
Mr.
smoking.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, Mr. Bob Young was asking. Was telling that USA, of course.
When he
pointing it
mentioned
out.
all that, yeah.
Yeah. And Jim, to answer your question, I'm smoking Oliva Redheaded Stepchild. I have no idea what this is.
That I believe is
It's the old Maduro.
Oh, Maduro.
Oh, Maduro. It's quite nice. Quite nice. I do like it.
You like that one at the beach. You like that one over here. And that's the third time they're having this one.
I tell you, I might become just an Oliva fanboy. I really like Oliva cigars.
I like Oliva.
They're good. They're
Although you're
quality
changing,
cigars.
Oliva's name because your name for Oliva is Olivia.
Olivia.
Yeah,
You always say Olivia,
I'm smartening up around here.
but you're saying Oliva now.
And you like their Connecticut a lot too.
I like
the
Connecticut.
Oliva
Off
Got-
gamer is always Olivia, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to be professional around here, George.
Exactly. Exactly. That's something.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Hey, is your mom watching
Exactly.
us?
I think so. Yeah.
You got 6? Yeah, that's good. That's good. So you're saying you
Make sure
gave
get
your
invited to all the
opinion.
parties from now on.
You give a,
Giving me shit.
so you gave your opinion about the medals and patriotism, right? So and then you would say you're about to say something.
I'm
right?
indifferent. I'm indifferent on the whole situation.
Indifferent to this.
Yeah.
Man, I think the whole thing is a big charade. Let me tell you why. 22 players go to play soccer. 22 players, and they only got one goal. And it's the most popular sport in the world. I like that. Okay, that's right. But you know what happened with the 4th place in many competitions? Both gets bronze. So some competitions,
Judo.
some competitions you don't get bronze, some others you get bronze. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Some sports, some countries are very good at one sport, and then they go there and they only get to that sport, and then you have 15 gold medals for every single. Oh, if you shoot this way, it's 3 gold medal. If you shoot that way, so you're gonna have like 15, 20 medals, right? So all this, if you go there to Netherlands, 9 gold, all these countries, they have specific sports that only are played in some countries, okay? So, and then you go all the way up. So when I see this, I used to be, it's gonna be this and that, and then I realize, you know
Table
what?
tennis.
How about Japan and China only on ping pong, like 20 different competitions in ping pong?
So
And
here's
that's still ongoing. The finals are coming
Exactly.
up.
And the squash is not in the Olympics.
Exactly, doesn't make any sense.
so here's my take on that. Do you think someone from the Netherlands is going to be a professional surfer? Do you think Netherlands?
They could, yeah.
It all comes down to your country's geography, climate. If there was, I believe there's hockey, or I don't think there is hockey actually in the Olympics.
but
No, there's like field hockey. It's not
There's
ice
field
hockey.
hockey. So if there
Netherlands
was
is
ice
pretty
hockey,
good at beach volleyball, for example.
Jamaica
They
won
have
the
always been
bobsled on ice. Remember?
they made a movie about it.
People
So,
will find a way. if they want to
My
compete.
point is, a lot of these sports. I think what's cool about the Olympics is it gives attention to kind of these unsung hero sports
I agree with that.
they're not mainstream. You're not watching professional bobsled races, on a Sunday. You're not glued to the
But
TV
that's
like a
winter
football.
sports, not summer sport.
But that's what I'm saying. It's
Who's
always
watching handball,
who's watching professional shooting.
water polo?
Exactly.
Only
but the thing
small
is,
crowd, specific crowd.
It is. And then on top of that, when you consider it, it's very specific. Brazil, of course, is going to be great in surfing because there's great surfing areas in Brazil. United States is going to be good because Hawaii and San Diego California has a lot of great surfing areas. So I think Australia too,
Japan.
there's going to be those one-off countries that are great at one thing.
Totally.
Like, where the hell did they come from? But my point being is that I think you have to also consider these countries are good at it because of their situation. You grow up in the Netherlands, you're not going to be a professional surfer. You're not going to win gold for your country.
No.
Because you don't have access unless you live in Hawaii.
But
and
you can
then
do
you're
high jump. You can do high jump. Beach volleyball. They do beach volleyball.
Yeah. But you can do indoor volleyball and then just kind of trade it out for sand. And
I'm just saying that, like,
But beach volleyball is just 2-on-2.
basketball have 5-and-5, 3 versus 3 versus.
They added a 3x3.
They added another goal. Okay, so in basketball, which is one of the most popular sports in the whole world, am I wrong about that? Or
No, you're right. And actually, it's
top 10? Top 10 maybe.
And it's the very
Maybe top
last.
10, yeah.
top 10.
It's the very last sport
The
in
3v3
competition to this
I love the Oliva B.
Olympics.
It's a
Olympics
great
right now.
steak.
So the basketball.
Oh, Jim said try the Oliva P.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, well he had it.
Yeah,
he,
I love
you
the
have
Oliva
Bring you one of
it.
the. I have some more of the 135th anniversary with the figurado shape.
Yeah,
they're really good.
Those are good. Yeah.
So
You
know,
still have that?
I'm aging them.
you know, like in the All-Star games, and you have like a 3-point winner, then you have the skills winner, then you have the
Yeah, the slam
dunking
dunk contest.
Slam dunk contest. Okay, so maybe you could have other gold medals for this too, since you are being very granular in some sports. How many gold medals do you think athletic like running and
Track and field.
track and fields
a lot.
and swimming and boxing?
It's a lot.
I would say 50% of the Olympics.
Gymnastics.
Gymnastics. Look,
Gymnastics has a lot. Track and
there's a
field has a
history
lot. But
Swimming has a lot.
But to be honest with you,
I understand. I understand
Olympic
the original
categories.
sports.
Yes.
the Olympics game is started on track and field.
Mm-hmm. Track
They
and field, that's
added
it.
all the
That's what I was
things.
trying to say.
So track and field is the most important thing in the Olympics. You know,
I don't think so,
running,
but it's okay.
but that's how it started.
But it doesn't mean anything. So many things started great in the past, and then they failed, and then something else came in. You know
You
what
are
I'm saying?
considering that as not important.
No,
I am.
no. I'm not considering. It's not about you. It's not about
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Man. Don't
No,
get
no,
it
I'm not
personal.
saying that. I'm
just saying that-
I'm saying that I do consider that being important because it's
It
the
is,
lead,
it is
it's the
important.
lead cause
No. I
why
said
all these
the
things
most
started.
important. You said the most important.
And I think it is. But that's my opinion.
No, because you're like I think you're thinking that it was polarizing.
My
No.
thing
I'm just
about the
saying that it's not the
Olympics,
most
why I like it
important
so
one. There's-
much.
all of them are important.
There's I actually
water polo.
I'm
When
always
USA gets someone for gold. I'm a water polo expert all of a sudden. I want to win.
And that's what I'm saying.
That's what I like about the nationalism and
Marbles. Why don't they have marbles?
marbles would be good.
Why
That
don't
would
have
be cool.
poker.
Why don't have
like an
marbles?
Olympic poker table.
Oh,
No,
whoa.
hold on. If
Dude.
you're talking about poker, we have to talk about the
Your last
the
poker night
miniaturize
Which one?
saying.
truco.
Could be anything. Underwater basket weaving. USA's in there competing for gold. I'm all in.
We had a sport. We had a.
That's why I like the Olympics.
You know,
You root for your
when
country.
we were kids, Dylan, we would pick up all the sand. This is why I like it, Formula One, so much. We would build all this incredible
Track.
Tracks.
Oh, yes, I know what you're talking
It
about.
would take like 3 hours, man. Like with water, like you know, like you would have like
You make a little lake.
we would
Yeah.
copy.
You make
yeah.
like narrow tracks. I know what you're going to talk about.
We would copy.
But
We
marbles
would
is-
copy
no,
the
it's a
format,
Brazilian thing.
you know, of the tracks, and we would do that, and then you would play with we call thumping cross, which is basically
which is this.
Bottle cap.
a bottle cup, bottle cup cross. So then you would play
The
with
narrow
this.
ones for like those
Then
Mexican
there would be like hundreds
Coca-Cola.
of different
Like an Olympic,
rules,
yeah.
right?
Right.
This is more exciting than a lot of sports I see.
Yeah.
But this is for me.
You,
This is what
you build up ramps, and then you put a ramp on a very large track, and then it has to land on a very narrow one, so it has to be precise. It was the best.
Olympic kick the can.
Well, to that, I think there needs to be, instead of the Olympic being every 4 years, there needs to be. I'm sorry, the Winter Olympics. That's bullshit. Nobody pays
No,
attention.
hold on. There is one sport that's the best.
Yes. But you can play here.
No. And is it or not? Is it
Of course, it's the same sport.
the
man,
best
everybody.
sport
Yes.
in the Winter Olympics? Is the
Figure skating.
no.
I love figure skating.
No. The best one is the one that when you put it on, you cannot change the freaking channel.
Oh, the shuffle thing.
Yeah, it's the one that I forgot the name.
I forgot the name too. It's just like you go
Yeah.
there and you go.
They go like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Every
Yeah.
single person I know in the world, honestly, thinks this is the
your
most
favorite?
exciting sport.
No, it's not my favorite, but it's the one that let's say
Shuffling, I think.
you're
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No,
It's not.
no.
It's something different. Yeah. Someone is gonna please help us.
But
All these old guys here.
No, I like this, like the long jump with the skis. I think that one's crazy to watch.
No,
Okay.
yeah, but that one you watch. But then
Alright.
let's say
So
you go
you're
like
saying
in
something,
between
right?
jumps, and then you're flicking channels, and then that one is on, and then
Y'all would stop. I think Conrad and I wouldn't stop.
you would.
I wouldn't.
maybe. So,
I
but
wouldn't.
here's
If
my
US was playing,
Would it have to be the only way?
but here's my thing is I think some
well,
of
then-
those some of those winter games can be incorporated. 'Cause
Yes.
You can make it into an ice rink.
No.
But what I think they need to do is a Squid Games type of thing where no, but hear me out. But every country that participates has to pick one children's game that they have to play and compete against other, like you're saying, this Tampa Crush.
Yes.
That's Brazil, and you explain the rules. You're going to have to build a course, and this is what it is.
But-
For USA, it'll be kick the can or dodgeball or something like that. For Mexico, it could be whatever.
Conrad, it's already like that. It's already like that. Track and field. That sport that it's sketch.
Steeplechase.
No, it's
Steeplechase.
Steeplechase. They gotta jump, and then you jump, and there's water, and that's the kind of thing. And I believe in the past, there would be like some things that you have to go under.
Oh yeah.
So go over and go under, and then you have to, that is a kid's sport that became an
An adult version.
Olympic game.
Yeah, but I'm thinking there needs to be like a Squid Games type thing. Maybe not the whole death if you lose and stuff like that,
Loser dies.
but like kids games. They're all kids games. Every country has to pick one kids game, and that's what they compete against each other. And it would be interesting because then you would see like if Japan beat USA in dodgeball, we'd be like, what the hell is going on with the world?
Yeah.
That's our sport,
Well, it happens like that with soccer.
Oh yeah.
Brazil didn't even qualify to go on the men's. The women will get the gold, I'm sure.
Against USA. USA is winning.
Well, the finals.
USA.
Brazil.
I'm sorry.
Is it gonna be Brazil and United States in the
Did you see
final?
them playing against
For the goal
Spain?
for the
Women's
women's.
soccer. Yeah.
I did. Yeah.
Yep.
I want 1-0 Brazil at the 48th minute in a own goal, disallowed own goal,
They already got it.
controversial own goal, and then Brazil wins 1-0. I really don't care about the women's soccer. I mean, right now, maybe just like the WNBA,
they played well.
I will start.
Against Spain.
And it's just about which sports you like the most. This is what Olympics about, like which sports you. I mean, I
Hold
watch
on.
other sports.
We gotta put an honorable mention here for the greatest athlete that has ever been in tennis. Djokovic winning that gold, he was unbelievable.
If Michael Jordan
My
played
opinion.
tennis,
My opinion.
Well, it's not my GOAT, but I understand why everyone now is conceding that he's the GOAT. But it's not my GOAT.
who?
Djokovic.
Djokovic.
It's not my GOAT.
I
But I
like
think
him.
what he's been doing, what he's doing at the age of
Right, he's
37, playing tennis, which is a very complicated sport to play after some ages, especially in the competitive.
Competitively.
Yeah, competitive. Yeah. And then Alcaraz won 2 Grand Slam this year.
That
Grand Slam
guy.
this year.
He's gonna go on to be a star.
This guy, I think he could be the next GOAT of his year.
Yeah,
He's unbelievable.
Joko said he's awesome.
I'm gonna throw out a question for you. Which sport? Because I already have the sport in mind.
Brazil's the best in basketball.
Yeah. Who said it?
Conrad's brother-in-law. Is it your brother-in-law?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Male coup.
Yeah,
I know.
exactly.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
know.
and when I was 2-0, 2 USA and 0 Brazil, there was a post this morning that said they should have stopped the game.
I said that when
there.
it was 10, when it was 10-6 or 6-3. I said the same thing.
Hilton was happy they broke 45 points.
I was happy.
Yeah. Hey, Marco. Yes, Brazil is better in basketball than the USA. Keep it going. No, so
the times
that's
of
my
Oscar
question.
Schmidt.
Yeah, if Oscar Schmidt was playing, then that'd be a different story.
And you know what? Shout out to the Schmidts because they're great friends of our podcast and great friends of us. So.
Yep. Amen to that. A sport that I would like to see incorporated into the Olympics.
In baseball.
No, it's squash.
I knew that was going to
Yeah,
be
squash for you.
Squash.
Baseball.
Japan's big in baseball. We're big in baseball. Other teams could
Brazil.
form baseball.
Brazil can pay the
Honestly-
women's this.
But they could do like a 6 innings, like they could, because it always gets changed in the Olympics. It's shorter quarters for basketball.
You see how
they
much
could do a shorter
the,
game.
The
Right.
sport I'm going to tell you is going to be. This reveals
Bowling.
why I don't like it, the Olympics so much. Futsal. It's played everywhere in the
it's on
world.
Olympics,
It's
yeah.
covered.
The 5-a-side or 6-a-side, something like
Five,
that.
five, yeah.
What is that?
Futsal?
It's soccer played indoors.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I
So
love
it's-
that.
Yeah.
That's
More played
That-
than soccer. It's
But
in
that
the
would
world,
be more fun to watch too.
Yeah.
More people play futsal in the world than football
yeah.
That'd be
because it's covered.
Okay.
That would be fun to watch, though. That'd be exciting.
Exactly.
That would be really
Inside,
fun.
less people to put together to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you have 25 medals for shooting.
And it's smaller area, probably more action, 5-on-5.
It's unbelievable.
I would enjoy that.
After the squash, in 40 minutes you can burn 1,200 calories playing squash. The second sport is futsal. Futsal, with the indoors soccer, it's 1,000 calories in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And then every other sport is like, to burn 1,000 calories, you have to play 2 hours.
What is one of the
Well, hey, I didn't even get into mine. Sorry.
Oh yeah,
What you said.
go ahead.
He asked the question.
I didn't know you.
No,
were
no,
gonna
it's fine.
answer.
No, yeah, because I had a sport, pickleball.
I was just about to say that. Which is the most growing,
Pickleball will be
faster,
soon.
faster growing sport
I can see
the
that
United
being
States.
entered in the future.
Yeah,
Beach volley,
Beach volley's
tennis.
in.
beach volleys in.
Beach tennis. I'm sorry,
Oh,
I meant
Everybody plays that.
a lot of people
Everywhere in
play
the
that.
world, yeah.
because it's covered.
what was it? Badminton. Badminton. would be a
Badminton's
fun
in.
bit.
Badminton, yes.
Badminton is quite nice though.
Yeah.
I played badminton.
Yeah. I
That's
like
in the
badminton.
Olympics.
It is, yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Badminton's quite nice.
But maybe it didn't used to be, but it was this. It was.
No, it
we
has always been.
were watching it.
Years in it. 40 years at least.
I think pickleball would be fun though.
Yes.
Because I
Pickleball
think
would
it's
be
a combination of tennis, squash, ping pong.
And
It's
you know
a
what?
fast.
No,
it's
no.
a fast pace.
you know what I would
Okay,
love.
Oh man!
You know what I would
man,
love
said
to
the
watch?
wrong
Never
thing.
compare anything to squash, please.
And then you know what I would like
It's a
to watch.
Formula One of tennis, okay?
I would
No,
like
no,
to
don't
see-
compare Formula 1 to squash. Squash is so much more intense, man.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Racquetball would be interesting.
Yes,
Well,
Racquetball would be interesting, yeah.
but what I would say,
It's
you
unpredictable.
I
know what I would love to see?
Most unpredictable ball in the world.
The categories for pickleball, like people in the 90s. There would be a gold medal for someone in their
Oh,
It
90s.
is
I
like
would
age
love that.
classifications.
You
Yes.
understand what I'm saying? That would be
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Yes.
Yeah, because
So-
I could play.
I don't want to see someone have a heart attack on the grand stage.
I know that. But you see, we want is the Olympic Games, and then here I'm gonna say this because Jim had a point yesterday. And I proved to him that I was actually more extreme than he is, and he thought he was extreme. He doesn't believe in here. It's me just quoting you, okay, Jim? That he believes that if you have been professional and made money, like true, like substantial amount of money, played professionally, you should never ever play the Olympic Games. The Olympic Games is to celebrate,
youth.
all the sports around the world and how difficult it is for these people, like to achieve what they achieve. And then he believes, and I went even further, I said, look, did you? He said, it could be some people could play here and there. I said, no. If you play professionally, you shouldn't be in the Olympic Games.
But that only affects certain sports because, like, do people professionally like run track and field and make money off of it or no?
They do.
This is my ignorance on it. I
They
don't know.
do. A lot of them do.
Some of them come from college,
Hey,
collegiate athletes that go pro.
or how about this? It's a lottery system. You put in your name, and then the government says, "Hey, congratulations, George. You're going to compete in the Olympics for surfing." Oh, I don't know how to do it. Well,
Wow,
you got a year to.
That's wilder.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
you have
a
a year.
whole new conversation.
You have a year. You better get good because the whole country's rooting for you, and then you have average people training and prepping for an Olympic sport to see if they can compete at it. I think that would.
I see the
I would
value.
watch it another competition with his name.
It'd make the medals more
You know?
arbitrary though, where it's like just some rando versus some rando. You know, you're rooting for them, but then as a loser, when you don't win, it's like, yeah, well, that guy never played it his whole life. So
Well,
Yeah.
so
cares?
I
That's
think that
excuse.
is
It's
a
that.
good excuse.
I think that might be a good excuse then for a professional to play the sport for the Olympics to represent that country.
I just think
Because-
it makes it more interesting. It's not. It'd be boring to watch a bunch of people that you're watching the best of the best do what they are best at.
Well, the thing is, Olympic Games has always been considered to be a amateur, or let's say college
So you
state.
usually have younger.
Yeah, like
Competitors.
for example, going to like soccer, you can only have 3 veterans, and everybody else would have to be.
From the 90s, but before the 90s, it was zero. No one.
Yes,
you
yes.
couldn't have.
And I understand that, but at the same time, I think because every single sport they have the World Cup of that sport. So like soccer has the Soccer World Cup, or they call
The World Cup.
Yeah, Football World Cup. They have the Rugby World Cup. They have Skates World Cup. Then that's why they say,
Yes.
well, they like the high jump, lady. She won the World Cup last year. So every single sport had the World Cup, which is the professional ones. So in the Olympics, it's supposed to be for the up and coming new
That's right.
new people.
Yes.
So that's why Jim says that, and I sort of agree with that, but it doesn't have the same buzz around the World Cups. So all of those sports that are not basketball, soccer, they don't get
the
seen.
highest sponsored sport.
They don't get seen if it's not the
They really
Olympic
said I
Games.
wouldn't watch.
Well, so
But we don't get to see it because there's not enough propaganda or advertisement that we can actually get ourselves interested into watching that, right? The Olympics Games moves more, so it's a showcase for these athletes actually to then start making a little bit more money than what they do for the World Cup, because they might get to be known in their own country.
and that's what I was just going to say because Marco said that foosball and volleyball are really enforced in Brazil.
Yes.
But I said in São Paulo because I talked to a guy. He's from São Paulo. We were randomly talking about baseball because Lucas likes playing baseball. So
São Paulo plays in.
He goes
A lot.
in São Paulo. They play baseball a lot
Even
at the school.
They can play. Oh, no, not in school.
In school, so it's encouraged there. And I because it also comes down to culture because Americans brought baseball to Japan. Outside of Japan, São Paulo has the highest concentration of
Japanese
people.
Yeah, I
So
work.
is that-
Venezuela.
Yeah, I work for a Japanese company, and then that's why I know
Yes.
that São Paulo plays a lot of.
Cuba,
Yeah.
Venezuela. They play. They all play baseball.
They all play baseball.
Yeah.
So I think it's also what's amazing about the
There's a lot of
Olympics.
Cubans in the MLB.
A lot of Cubans, a lot of Puerto Ricans,
Yes.
Dominicans.
Dominican. Yep.
But I think what's amazing is that with that statement, foosball and volleyball are like the primary of what's played in Brazil. But I feel like the Olympics showcases other sports and other talents that you can have and you can play, and it also entrepreneurial type of mindset. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna open up a school and we're just gonna play baseball in Brazil. And if one day we're eventually going to be successful, like at least start somewhere,
Do you know why the Cubans don't get medals in kayaking? Because they
I
should
feel
be
like there's
pretty
a
good.
joke in there.
Yeah,
Because they're all
It's
Floridans?
a bad joke. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
no, yeah, you should be making that. You watch out for that. We don't want another video.
That started off so bad.
We don't want another video out, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Okay, you already laughed.
Another podcast
So,
down.
You already know what I was gonna say, right?
Yeah, cut it out. Oh my goodness.
No, you already know what I was gonna say, so I don't need to complete the joke.
But honestly, there should be more focus on youngsters.
Hold on. If you know why the Cubans never get gold medal in kayaking, please write in the comments.
Bob Young. I showed him how to translate.
Yeah.
So he's now he writes to me in Portuguese.
What did he say? I can't see that far.
Goran knows Portuguese.
Nada de baseball de muito chato.
He's
love
provoking
baseball.
you because you know.
I love baseball.
Lucas, Goran's son, plays baseball.
He's really good at it too. Not just saying because he's my son, but he's pretty good at it.
You're only saying because he's son.
Oh no, you gotta get him to like some select leagues going on.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Do you want him to make the Olympic Games with everything that we know that goes on over there?
Oh fuck yeah, it's his son.
Can I go together? Can I be there?
It'll need some adult supervision. Is all I can
Look
say.
at that. Of
It's gonna
course,
need some
Tamiris is gonna come with me. No, if you
Right.
invite me, Tamiris
We're not
come
talking about
with me. Right?
softball.
Yeah.
I know, I
Camila
took
will
the
be-
joke.
Camila will be right there with me too.
Exactly.
Yeah. No.
We will be supporting Lucas.
Yeah. The whole time. Never
Yes.
visit him at the.
It's a
Olympic
family
Village.
thing now.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
ruined the whole thing.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Dad.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here.
Don't embarrass me. Yes, keep distance. 50 yards.
The Olympic swimmer's coming over to teach my backstroke. So yeah. But I
Golf.
think golf.
In the Olympics.
Golf is in the Olympics.
It is, that's what I'm saying.
But who can play? Can the professionals play? Wrong.
I don't care. As long as America, US of A is winning gold medals, I don't care who the hell is playing.
I'm in a stage of my life that I go like, I don't really care, and I think it's a great stage for the professionals to showcase. Is it tougher for the young, players to? Yes, but the old will get slow and the young will get fast.
This is also, it's a sport by sport case. Gymnastics is always younger girls typically. That artistic swimming that we were watching, it's skateboarding. The skateboarding finals, it's 14-year-old girls.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're
The
very young.
Brazilian was 17 and she got bronze.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not the right person for this because if that's what becomes, I will stop watching the Olympic Games. If only professionals are playing, I prefer to play. I wanted to see you playing against the best, and then I'm gonna watch Formula One. The best of the best. I mean, not all of them. I know you guys have some problems.
You're gonna watch Carlos Sainz.
Exactly. But I'm just gonna watch the World Cups.
Better than some others.
the World Championships, and that's it. I want to watch it.
It's not bad.
I want to see people failing. I want to see people, like overcoming difficulties. I want to see this, not someone who never makes a mistake. What is that, man? LeBron James playing for
I would
basketball.
argue there are professionals out there that do make mistakes, though. It's like when you
They do.
get on that
But
stage,
much
and
less, like.
but that I think it just makes it more exciting because you're looking at people that are the best at what they do. And then there are certain ones where people are just so dominant, and that could be said of any professional sport. Though you get tired of watching the same person win over and over and over and over. That's why people are tired of Max Verstappen right now. But
That's true.
there are other sports in there where you'd expect one team to be dominant, and then they lose, and you're like, oh well, now what's going to happen? And then it puts your eyes to other players that you would have never seen.
How did the U.S. lose the volleyball to Poland today? And then U.S., to be honest with you, it was, in my view and understanding about volleyball quite a bit, it would have been the team for the gold medal. They lost to Poland. Very tough game. And Poland is now the favorite to win the gold in men's volleyball.
Nothing's guaranteed.
The women's volleyball, I'm sorry,
We
it's
could lose
Brazil.
to Serbia. It probably won't happen, but we could.
Basketball.
Yeah, in basketball,
Whoa!
we could lose.
Basketball?
Jokic will have to
Jokic?
play. You have to play the 48 minutes. That's what I predicted the other day. If
Hilton thinks that players are better if they never go on the bench, if they just play the full time and never rest.
Yeah.
He thinks it'll make them better.
well.
So that's his argument.
Yeah.
If you get your body cooled,
You build it.
I've played
He's got
squash.
scientific reaning for it.
I
Always
play
comes
squash.
back to
Yeah, that's his argument, man. I play
Every
squash.
time.
If you play
Listen, I played a
squash,
17-year-old at squash. I took one breather,
No.
and that mother effer beat
I
me.
started playing
I
squash
was up
when
3 games to 1.
I started playing squash when I was 30.
He came back. He won 4-3.
well, man,
I didn't beat PK by going into the pit, okay?
Exactly.
I stayed out there and beat
Man,
his
this
ass.
And you know
sounds
what?
like-
He started as a mechanic.
Yeah.
He learned that cart from the ground up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
I'm
sounds
my
like-
brother's mechanic, and I beat PK.
Yeah. That sounds like
PK father.
my childhood's friend, like bragging about their sexual prowess. You know, it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
all the time. You know. But anyway, yeah. I like the Olympics, but I like less and less, man. Less and less the Olympics. I'm sorry. Because come on, it's LeBron James and Curry. I mean, give any other 3 players for them, and they win the Olympics.
AD.
KD.
Oh man,
KD.
that guy's pretty good.
I know.
He's really playing
he
well.
doesn't miss.
Yes.
Have you seen the United
lot of
States?
assists.
The United States percentages? I don't know if you've seen it.
For rebounds and
It's like 50% in trees. That's how what
from 3-point range.
from 3-point range. You see, 60% from the FG. This is insane. And they are. Did you watch the games?
Yeah.
They weren't playing.
Did you
Against
not
Brazil?
see the video that I was saying to you?
Yeah, they, no,
Having fun. So
just
you
having
reach,
fun.
I teach. You know, you
Curry
leave space.
Man,
Pull up.
Curry scored 4 points. He played like 15 minutes. He was having fun. He was running. Think about if things get tough. Okay, Curry. Now, can you hold this smile now? Can you score like 3-pointers just for us to?
All right, yeah. I
Okay,
guess we'll
boom,
start
boom, boom,
playing.
boom. That's
Yeah.
it.
Anthony Edwards knocking down threes like nobody's.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Booker. How about Booker?
Devin Booker.
Pucks.
Yeah,
Was
yeah. We
incredible.
talked about him. Yes.
And then as Derek
Would've
White
missed. He
comes
would've
off the bench, I was like, you've got certain players that are just like bench roll, but
Adebayo.
on White, is it Derek White?
Derek White. Yeah, this is.
So I'm saying you got players that are just like bench roll players, but they're elite, just coming off the bench, you know?
Yeah.
He was a essential player for Boston to win. I mean, without him, Boston wouldn't win. This guy
He was the one that
And he's
replaced
just not- he's-
who?
Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
Yes.
He replaced Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
He just comes off the bench. Jason Tatum doesn't get as much minutes as some of the other guys, really. But
that-
it's just, and he was the MVP. Or no, that was
yeah, Jalen Brown, which is not even called up.
He didn't even make it.
Yeah.
But also, the women's team's doing well.
Yes,
and
I watched the
It'd be
game.
even more interesting to see Caitlin Clark out there.
Yeah.
I think the next Olympic Games, she'll be there.
Oh.
Angel Reese will be there.
Oh yeah.
Then you'll be watching.
Brinks will be there. You know the large center, like tall center from Los Angeles Lynx.
But now let me tell you one thing.
Sparks.
Yeah.
Sparks. Yeah.
U.S. has been winning some gold medals, right? A few.
Just a
not many.
couple.
Yeah, but a
More than any
lot
other
of
country.
the gold medals of all the countries are from athletes that actually live here.
True.
Oh yeah.
Here in
that's
Texas?
Yeah.
In Texas.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically in
good.
Texas.
One third
But also America.
of the medals. I think.
I think I saw something.
Unbelievable.
I should have fact checked it. So this is I don't want to spread
I-
misinformation.
I don't want to say 1/3, but I say a lot.
No, it was a third.
Not necessarily 1/3.
At a
I talked
certain
to a
point.
guy that said somebody did a chart. If you did all the athletes from Texas and you put Texas as its own country, they'd be in like 6th place out of
Yes.
all the countries, just
Yes.
the state of Texas.
So
Something like that.
And to that, you know, Old Settlers Park right over
Yes.
here, how it has baseball fields,
Yeah.
soccer fields. They designed that specifically to encourage youth to get into certain sports because that's honestly, sports generates money.
Yes.
No matter where you go,
Entertainment.
entertainment is always going to be entertainment.
In the U.S.
But I'm saying everywhere else in the world too.
Well,
It's not soccer and entertainment
its
some
across
of the
world.
athletes, the Brazilian athletes, they have jobs. The sport is their hobby, and they're there in the Olympic Games.
They only have one shirt, one pair of shoes.
The
Truly.
pentathlon guy.
Decathlon
He
or
got
pentathlon? Was it decathlon or
decathlon guy, the Brazilian one. He got one uniform, and he had to compete 2 consecutive days, 6
Events?
events in one day and 7 events on the second day, with one uniform. So he would have to, if the second day he wanted to be on a clean uniform, he had to go back to the villa and then wash his clothing to play. He wouldn't be able to change between sports because he didn't receive that from the Brazilian Olympic Committee.
That's interesting.
So yes, so not everywhere.
Not everywhere, but
And the guy has a job, Sports is just like things that he practiced after he.
But my point is, as far as Texas being like a sports capital state, is that it
For sure.
encourages this type of thing because you can compete in the Olympics, but then you can also compete in the NBA, MLB, NFL, whatever your sport preference is.
The thing is that I work with athletes, right? And I see.
Yeah, that's your avenue, right?
You guys have no idea what these kids go through. I mean, they schedule. They're 15-year-olds. They've been doing that since they are 10.
Yeah.
You see, so that's why.
Earlier. Yeah.
That's why it's so controversial when something like we had a controversy in these Olympic Games, right? The 2 boxers.
Yeah.
The one from Algeria and Japan?
She's going to go on to the gold medal match
Yes.
from Algeria.
Both, I think. Both.
Against each other?
No.
Are they
They are
different
in
weight
different
classes?
categories. Yeah, weight classes, yes. So this is very controversial. I've been trying to tell people that the Olympic Games is about inclusion. The Olympic Games is all about inclusion. And I understand that women, because of the students I have, the clients I have, right? So they dedicate their lives for that. So women dedicate their whole lives, and then someone comes and that's the argument, right? Someone with different hormones, whatever, comes and wins everything. Man, it's so rare.
Well, I'd like to mention, too, that's why I was saying I didn't want to spread misinformation. I believe last podcast, which no one can view anymore for different reasons, but I had mentioned something about the controversy of it all and that she's a boy, blah, 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 but time, when you see more stuff coming out, if you do your own research, you will see a lot of it is a little BS. She is a woman. She was born a woman.
Yes.
She might have different hormonal, chromosomal, whatever.
Someone mentioned about intersexuality.
She might have. I think she failed some sort of test for some hormone like testosterone
Shady
or
organization,
something. Whatever it is, but
IBA.
people take a narrative and they run with it. So it's just easy to say she's transgender and it's a male competing as a female, and that's technically it's not the case. It's not the case.
It's not the case.
She's a female-born athlete. Has always identified as that. She comes from a country that doesn't support transgender idealism at all. So it just doesn't make sense. So some narrative got formed and people ran with it, and I saw that. I didn't do any research into it, and so I was telling people about it.
It's the same that happened in judo in Brazil with Nancy.
Yes.
She was always a girl since ever, but she probably had a little more testosterone in her body than anybody else because that's how she was born.
I think that's something to do with Michael Phelps, like something to do with his physiology. he had an advantage.
That's exactly what I think it's funny. Like, come on, let's face it. Most of the top athletes here, they're freaks.
Yeah,
Freaks of nature.
Yeah.
Freaks of nature, and then you come and you want to talk about a woman that was, declassified because of what? Because of a shady organization, full of Russians, as I know. Commanded, actually created by them.
They're not even competing.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
they're not there even. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
And
No,
then,
I do.
And then you say, oh, how many medals does Phelps have? Like 28 medals.
1,000.
Yeah.
28,000.
1,000 medals.
Man,
So
he is.
what I'm saying is that.
But that's also because there's so, like you mentioned, in swimming in particular, there's so many events. There's so much more opportunity to get that amount of gold.
Yes.
That's why Simone Biles is like the most decorated gymnast in American history. But you have, is it 5 or 6 or so events every Olympic period to get all gold, But she reached that, and she had things going on, and excelled it, but she had things going on in Tokyo. So the last Olympic event, she didn't even compete. So she could have even eclipsed this even further. This could have been her third Olympics, but it was really her second, because in Tokyo she didn't compete.
True.
But she had mental things going on, and she's been a real big advocate for mental health and all these things, and then she came back and killed it. And then she didn't even get all gold everything.
No, and actually
she got a lot, but a Brazilian won gold.
Look what she did for the Brazilian, like bawling for the Brazilian, because she recognizes how good she is.
I would encourage you to watch. She has a little show on Netflix, a little documentary, and before this Olympic Games, they had to compete in Worlds as like qualifying or whatever, and along the way, like, she's met up and competed against Rebecca Andrade many times, and they're friends.
Yes.
So, and she has an incredible story of she's torn her ACL and got 3 times. So for her to still be competing is great. So I think we had a little conversation of like, do you think that she didn't win on purpose to try? I don't think that. I think Rebecca earned it and got it, but all you can do is stand there and congratulate her. Like, she was happy for her. They're friends.
Yeah.
But no athlete, I think, is going to go out there and not try purposely to win gold. That's just the way the dice fell. Yes. And she, the whole way along, even in the all-around competition, it was like,
Michael Phelps
is she going to beat Simone? Because she's elite.
Rebecca has won more Olympic Games on her, and Simone may not.
In the future, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, going forward, yeah. I mean, Simone's 27, so if she were to try and compete again, she's going to be
crazy?
30, 31.
Remember when people said at 20 years old was too old for gymnastics?
Rebecca will have another one.
For sure she will. So it'll be a chance to see if who's the talent then,
But she could improve on some of those exercises that we saw that she didn't go for the highest difficulties that Simone were.
Well,
that's why she didn't score as high in some of the...
But that's why I was going to say you should watch this documentary, and there's more episodes to come, but it is very interesting. A lot of those higher difficulty moves that Simone was doing, those moves are named after her. She's the only girl in the world that can do it.
Yes.
No one will even attempt it because it's dangerous. They don't want to get hurt. She's the only... She, does something, and then she adds another twist, another flip to it. Like, she just keeps adding moves, and it's called, the Biles 1 and the Biles 2, something. Like, she's so good, she's naming moves after herself, and no one will even attempt them.
And she's tiny.
She is. She's 4'8".
Gravity center.
Jesus. Yeah.
So tight.
She's tiny.
She's powerful, though. You see how high they get into the air?
Yes.
Well, the only...
From Spring, Texas.
They even made a joke that if LeBron plays with her, maybe she could dunk with her feet.
Maybe so. You never know.
Yeah.
Because she would go around and
you seen the picture of her next to Shaquille O'Neal?
Yes.
And she's wearing heels in that picture, and she's half his height. It's crazy.
Up to his head.
Not only that.
His wife also is very short.
Really?
But I want to say that the only two
Shaquille's wife.
The only 2 athletes that was overpowering every single move was Biles and Andrade. They were the only ones that had to overpower when you finish an exercise and have to jump back. Underpower is when you have to jump forwards after you finish a flip, for example.
Right.
Hulk and
The only 2,
Natasha.
they're having to jump back because to stop the movement. So you're coming so fast, I have to jump back. It was Biles and Andrade. All of the other athletes, they were having to finish it and then jump forwards to be on a straight up position.
Yeah, some of them were getting point deductions because their chest was too forward. Like it was the opposite for everybody, for them two. Biles and Andrade, they're so far back, they're kind of like misstep on their landing.
And that's why
powerful.
That's why Biles lost to Rebecca. Simone lost to Rebecca because she stepped out twice.
And it's an interesting point to that. I realized this from watching Instagram or YouTube or something in the comments. Those are 0.3 deductions, not 0.1 deductions.
Yes. So
she got 0.6 deduction on those two step outs, and she lost by 0.03.
Exactly.
Really?
Yeah.
So she would have won if she had been inside of the...
Just one time.
How much do you think you need to... how much? 7, right? How many?
Yeah.
Do you need to train in order to get to that level? Biles and
She's been training since she was like a 4-year-old.
7 years
You know,
old.
isn't she a professional?
Yeah.
By the age of 27? Why is she competing?
Well,
but my question is, she not fun to watch?
There are videos of Rebecca training when she was 4.
This is why I'm a proponent of
she's
the
22 or
games.
20, something like that.
I want to watch people
They're making money.
juiced up. What is your thoughts on the enhanced games? We've talked about this before.
About?
The enhanced games.
Okay,
steroids?
I know it's different from the Olympics.
This is the topic I would suggest
watch
today.
people
I didn't know we were talking about Olympics. There's a very controversial aspect of somebody I selected here comparing the art with the sport. And then he says this, right? So basically, I have the image here. Let's see if I can go there. He compares skates with arts. Right, so after doping, there was a doping. I don't know if you know, there's a doping case, right, in the skate.
And like ice skating.
Yes, he says skate in here. Yeah, skate. So probably it's skateboard. And he says, right,
okay,
so.
Skateboard.
Well, what are you talking about? Have you ever seen a good art being produced without narcotics? Something illicit. So in arts, you go there. And all these guys, when they write, they use all kind of substances in order to enhance. And then in sports, because you're talking about health, right? It's banned. So I love that. What are you talking about? All the pieces of art, you like it. Everything, all this, the West, Europe, and all the West,
I have
love
something
it.
to say about that.
It's all under drugs. They are all under drugs. Then a sportist comes and banned, so I'm not here defending anyone who uses steroids or whatever in order to win, but it's hypocrisy. It's a lot of hypocrisy.
Lance Armstrong got his stuff taken from him. Tour de France.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Hilton?
Well, what I have to say about enhancements is like, the more money you have, the more you can invest on these things.
You can hide.
Yeah, and you get an advantage, like an unfair advantage, because...
That's everything in life, though.
Yes, but in a competition, we want to see the best of what it could be, right?
The true human potential.
Yeah, not what it is. It's what it could be. So that's why they put restrictions. For example, at the time at karting.
By kart.
Yeah. Racing karting, in my time when I beat Piquet, another opportunity there to mention that.
Or you enhanced?
Enhanced squash.
The competitions are always like, you have to have the engine standards. You know what I mean? Because you can make one, let's say 125cc engine,
yes,
to produce more power, right? By enhancing the engine. So you always have to have the engine is standard, so that it's the
fair competition.
Quality of how you take the turn, how far you brake to take a turn. So it's the quality of the driving itself, instead of the quality of the equipment that you have.
Wouldn't it also be interesting, though, if they limited the amount of changes and things that you could do? Because if you're over-enhancing that engine, you're putting a lot of stress on that engine. What's the longevity of it towards a whole racing season?
Yeah, but that's the thing.
So take the money out of the equation. It's like we're going to give you one replacement per year. One engine change. So there's other things you can do. But I agree with what you're saying.
That's what they do in Formula One.
It is.
Yeah.
And you get penalized. I think, was it Yuki? Or how many grid place penalty did he get?
It was Verstappen. There were 10 grid penalties.
Yuki as well, though. I think it was like
he got
70 places
he
or
would
something.
start, the last race.
Far back. But I agree with what you're saying, and I agree with the sentiment of that. But that's why I think there should just be different leagues. That's why I like the enhanced game. So you can get the natural,
yes,
and then create a lane for people to go and do that as well.
In car racing, they have the standard competitions, and then they have the free. What do they call it?
Experimental.
No, they call it a free something. Right, and then you can go. So you can spend whatever money you want in the car, and then go. Right, because that would be driven by the money that you have available for you, and then some people are richer than others. So, and then doesn't give the opportunity to the other person that's really good, compete against the other one that has more money. Because then money would talk more than the quality of the strength in the body and whatever.
And that is for every sport.
It really quick, yeah.
Don't you have sports in which you have like no limit for weight in MMA, for example?
Yeah.
Right. So the same thing, This you don't have to be heavier or taller. That doesn't mean you're gonna win, right? So,
that would be a different cut,
category classification.
Yes, it would be a different. Yes, exactly that. So. Basically, you could have that in the same Olympic Games. Like, okay, so it's the 100 meter, but if a juiced up, you can compete on the juiced up 100 meter.
Right.
And here is my point for the Algerian fighter.
It is on the same event. It would be even more interesting.
Do you know when you run? Decided after the hip replacement to run a little bit. And then I participate in a competition, and then it all depends on the time you have registered before. So if you register, for example, 8 minutes a mile, you are in Group A. If you are from 8 to 9, if in the past your register was like 8 to 9 a mile, then you are in Group B, and then it goes like that. I think in order to include transgenders, include anybody else, there should be an extra category
for them
based on weight or based on times, and then it would be, you wouldn't change.
It's the free.
No, I don't disagree with that. But when you say that to people that are of that community, they feel like that is like it's racist. It's whatever. It's exclusion. I'm born a male and I want to compete in female sport, but you're forcing me to compete in transgender. I don't identify as transgender. I identify as female.
All right.
And that's just their mindset on all
No, I understand.
We're trying to find a way, like, I'm giving you an opportunity to compete. But they're wanting more than what is being given. And that's not even being given at this point. There is no classification category for transgender athletes.
No, exactly. And you know what? And it's fair. You're gonna run against people that have somehow the same, in the same range that you are. No matter if you're, how you're born, your sex was assigned when you're born. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do, you are part of that.
Yeah,
it's just inclusive. Include every single person in that.
When you put it on this stage, though, it's exacerbated the difference. The pole vault final today, the girl wins vaulting a 4.95 meter. The man gold medal was 6.25. Right?
Yes. They start over.
They start at 5 probably before they go all the way up.
The first try is like 550.
And the women don't even finish as high as that. And then you go to sprinting, all of it. It's so much, the anatomy and everything is just different.
The relay competitions, that they call it, like,
there's a
have you seen, like, when men, now they are kind of coordinating, all men run against women. Have you seen this? Like,
there's one mixed relay with men and women, But
Yes.
they
Two men and two women.
two men,
But-
2 women, but they made a restriction this year where the order had to be specific.
Exactly,
man,
woman, man, woman. Exactly.
You can't change it.
But have you seen when it wasn't?
The men just
like-
went past her at the end. Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
it's strategy though. That's almost like tire strategy in Formula One. You want to
Yeah.
put the 2 men first to just get an advantage. Everything comes back to another sport.
You see?
And then 2 women, but the way you get a woman at the end and a man, and he's just catching up. But that's a strategy. I don't understand the restriction on that, and I don't know enough about the sport. Maybe I need to look into it more. But I don't see how much of a difference the order should really make.
Well, they're doing that psychological.
It is psychological because at the end you're running against the clock. You zone out everybody, tunnel vision from lane left to lane right. It's 4 people
It shouldn't matter.
at your fastest time you can do it.
We're back to school here. I'm asking you to.
Yeah, no, I did it too. Yeah.
I've seen a game with a number 1 women squash player playing against a number 50. She destroyed the guy.
Okay.
It was 3-0. She destroyed the guy. If she played the number 1, she would get up. She wouldn't get a point. I mean, she might get a point by luck.
He
Because
makes a mistake.
I've played, when I was playing squash, I got to second tier league. The guy on the first league, the guy, he was on the professional team of the club, playing for the county. There was one shot that he hit, the ball passed next to me, and I did not have the time to move my racket. It was so fast.
Yes, I saw that too.
So,
In 2017, the United States women's national team played a friendly match against FC Dallas under 15.
Okay, it's not
Boys
the,
Academy.
it's not the national team under 17. It's the Dallas football Dallas. Yeah, because it's important, right? So it's even more incredible.
They were under 15.
Under 15, but not the best team in America.
No, it's just FC Dallas is under 15
exactly.
against the U.S.
National
women's
team.
national team.
Yes.
The under 15, not
Yes.
the under 15 national team, like, is that what you're
No,
saying?
the Dallas.
It's the under 15 Dallas team beat them 5-2. 14-year-old boys under 15
Yes.
beat the U.S. women's national
30
team.
years old, the 25
So
years
there's
old.
this there is this game. I don't know if you guys know about that. It was Serena Williams versus German, which was number 246 in the ranking. Then he drank, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 7 or 8 pints before the game. He
Beer?
played golf for 6 or 7 hours, and he beat her 2-0. Like was 6-1, 6-2.
Really?
Though you haven't seen this, yeah. So
There's a difference.
Yeah.
there is a difference, and women
The
don't
ball
like.
is so much faster. You can't see the ball. I played against a guy that was on my. He was like, if I moved from the second league to the first league, and then to make the team to go and compete for the county that I didn't do, I couldn't get there. I played against a guy. So like, hey, let's play a game because he needed to warm up. He needed to warm up.
Sparing.
Yeah.
Sparring,
I-
sparring.
Yeah.
And then there was a handicap, and I started he started minus 31, was 11 points. He started minus 31, and he beat me 11-6.
So he actually was 42-6.
Yes. It was unbelievable. And I couldn't see the ball. I mean, the ball would pass next to me. Literally, there was one ball that passed next to me that I got scared because of the noise that the ball made.
I
I
understand.
get you.
Yeah.
Men and women difference, even just men. You get a 20-year-old versus a 14-year-old. They're going to see the ball coming. You're like, holy shit. As men, there's so much power involved in the anatomy that
Just like
that's why I don't like the mixing of it. It's not fair.
Yeah, but the Australian lady that beat the number 50 in the world, it was a tough game though. It wasn't like a wash. I mean, it was kind of a wash, but she won 3-0. But it was kind of competitive. She didn't go like 11-0, 11-0, 11-0. I mean, it was like 11-9,
9.
11-8, 11-7.
50. He won 50. Won
And
246.
Australian lady, she was good though. She was.
Look at this. I've got two of my clients, some brother and sister. Okay, I won't mention the name here. So he was 2 years younger than her. She's number 1 in Brazil, under 18. he never loses to him. Never. Number one. They
And he's
don't
2
even
years
train together.
younger.
They don't even train together. And then I asked both, what is the difference? Number one is the spin, the way man hits the ball. Second is the speed of the ball,
Tennis?
tennis. And third is how men save points. That woman can't believe they saved the points.
Like
Yeah,
stretching and just running
they
and
can
getting
get to. Yeah, they can get to.
Just-
Exactly.
working the court.
Work, yeah, like sideways, for
Yeah.
example, right?
Footwork.
Tennis
Footwork.
is the lead, athlete that
From-
George
the
works
lead-
with.
Yes, yeah.
The biggest sport that you're working with that
90% of the 80% are
Tennis?
are tennis players. Now, like some swimmers, soccer players, volleyball. The most different one was rowing.
Yeah.
Rowing. There are. I think I've had like 20 different sports, 15 different sports, gymnastics, but
Most of these tennis players.
most of the time are tennis. So I asked them, "Do you play against your brother? Do you train?" No, we don't. It's not that they don't for fun. Of course, I think they play, but nothing like I'm gonna train. We don't
Right.
train together because of the differences. And look, what I'm gonna say here is what I believe, right? So is that everybody knows that. Everybody knows about the advantage of physical, biological advantage. But women don't like to talk about that at any point, which shouldn't be. It shouldn't be even a point of discussion. Like, okay, it's
It is
fine.
what it is. Yes.
It is what it is. And then that's why sometimes when they beat, like number one beats number 50, you see, you can play against men.
You still have 49 other people.
Oranges and oranges, apples and apples. That's what we have to do. Think about the 100 meter, the track and field 100 meter, like free 100 meter, right? It's about 1.5 seconds the difference. 1 second.
Yeah, the 400 is like 5 seconds.
And this record it's been there for a long time.
Yeah, it's 5 seconds.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
5 seconds at 40 kilometers an hour.
It's a lot. These guys run fast. I remember running with my. I was on the peak of my, body.
Physique?
Like I am
Physique.
now. Like I am now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on the peak, and then I went to run with my cousin, 5 kilometers.
5K.
Yeah, and we had to walk for about 15 seconds twice because the muscles that I was having to use was the side of my thighs, and I was not used to using those muscles. It's like, I was like, Fabio, I need to walk a little bit. So just to cool down the muscle. And then we'd pick up again. And then on the last sprint, we did a sprint of like 300 meters. And I reached about 19, and then he reached about 17. And I was playing squash, and he was just running. That was his sport. And I beat him on the final sprint, right? But the thing is, because I had better cardio, I had better, breathing things.
Did you get a trophy? I'm really curious.
No.
You're like,
It
so
was
flex.
just for fun. It was like the first time, and I went back to Brazil.
Carl Lewis called me at that time. Carl Lewis, yeah.
I haven't run professionally.
I had to stop, and then he
Loser,
stopped.
dude.
He stopped with me. He didn't need to stop. He did not need to stop. I mean, on the final sprint, I reached a little bit, higher speed than him, but
Right.
nevertheless, I did not reach 40. Right? These guys are fast.
I love how you're comparing beating your friend or cousin and then comparing it to actual professionals.
You know what? I like myself.
You don't say.
Listen. I beat a guy in a race once, but I probably could beat a professional. Just saying.
I like-
just throwing it out.
I like myself.
That is into
If I wanted,
Yeah.
if I wanted, I would beat it anyone.
I was out there on that soccer. Why are they doing that?
Yeah.
Is that what you want? You want the trophy being exposed all the time?
You know what? Honestly, I think I'm gonna get you like a chain, and we're just
Okay.
gonna put that on. And you
Oh,
can just wear.
chain. Like
No,
a big
hold on.
one. Like
Yeah, yeah,
My daddy can hold it.
yeah.
This is mean.
I mean, given the opportunity, you think you could have beaten PK too? I don't know. We never got the opportunity.
I never got
I mean-
the, you know.
I'm sorry.
Maybe-
Life is all
Look,
about
I
opportunity.
am
my friend.
convinced. I am convinced now that you don't need a car to beat PK. You can run.
You would have just
You
ran
can,
it.
overrun
You would've
him
ran it.
without a car.
You
Yeah.
know what? On that race, I could reverse
Yeah,
and
just,
beat him.
I could reverse. Yeah, yeah.
No mirrors.
Like,
No mirrors, exactly.
like mocking
You know,
him, like, oh, you
The
suck.
whole time just in front of him making faces at him. You know? I don't even have to look behind me.
three wheels.
I know the track, by memory, so I who needs
Forwards
that?
and backwards.
You know what?
exactly.
One of the things that I had that my brother was like, how do you do that? And it was like the braking on the straight line. It was like everybody would go like, Hilton, how you do that?
I think I'm passing the torch.
yeah.
I'm passing the torch.
I think it needs to go to
Yeah.
Let me
Hilton.
flex. Let me flex.
I've been humble for many episodes. I think I
You
have
know
to
what?
go back.
But and then when I was watching videos on me braking on the straight
And
line,
a flip.
it was pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I like myself.
Has he
I
ever
like
told you
myself.
how many records that he broke swimming?
I don't want anybody
I held-
else.
Yeah, Dylan knows. Dylan knows this time. I held the
Don't do it many a
I held
times.
the
on slow days.
under 15 breaststroke of the state for 2 years. Do you know who I lost it to? My cousin.
Michael Phelps.
Son of a bitch.
Nothing this guy hasn't done that he wasn't just the best at. Right?
No, hold on. Do you know who I lost it to? The record? To my cousin,
7-year-old.
Karina. And she's my age.
Oh yeah, you told me this.
I was
yeah.
born 3 days earlier than
See how women are faster.
I was born August 14th. So
Just saying.
Oh, by the way, next week podcast is my birthday. It's August 14th.
Oh yeah, hey.
And this, my cousin Karina, and she was born on the same year, August 17th. And she beat me like ridiculously. And I was like, okay, I'm not swimming anymore.
Yeah.
And she took my record.
It's because he was karting, he was squash running. There's all these other things that he was doing.
Yeah.
If you would have put, you could.
I was 14 years
If
old.
you would have put all of your energy into swimming,
I was
you would've been
BMXing,
the
I
best.
was
Decathlon
handballing
for
and
you.
basketball and volleyball and swimming.
Summer games.
But if all of his energy was swimming,
I'm pretty good at smoking cigars and drinking beer now.
yeah.
Aren't you a Jedi or
We
something?
were just saying. What
Yeah.
if we had a
Always.
Olympic like cigar tasting competition?
You see that? You asked for a competition in the Olympic Games?
Cigar competition, Dylan would win. He knows.
Oh, look at him.
Taste notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, taste
Who can
notes.
smoke the fastest? Keep the longest ash.
No, smoke the fastest is George.
Yeah, I wouldn't win that by any means.
Yeah.
Man, I would like to see some Vikings,
Like-
old Vikings sports
Getting black and
being
sugar
played in the
plum.
Olympic Games.
What,
All
like
these
throwing
weird
goats
things.
or something?
That's exactly what it is.
Something that, no animals hurt in the whole competition,
Right.
but something like this, running ponies. How about that? Wouldn't you watch it? You're sweeping,
Dude, I'd like to watch
Charles, and then-
fishing, like competitive fishing.
and then you see big guys
But
running
deer
over
hunting.
ponies. Wouldn't you stop?
Oh yeah,
I would stop. I want to see what's going to happen here.
yeah.
Because
You're going to
tragedy.
be talking about me running against a guy driving a cart, right?
Kart racing,
Yeah.
Do you wanna go?
foot kart
But
racing.
this friend of
I'll
mine,
give you a pair of Heelys.
a friend of mine, he was like, Hilton, can I drive your cart? And I was like, yes.
I don't know why I just got this vision of Hilton like
Running in the with the Heelys down.
No, you can't see that anymore.
He's Flash Gordon over here.
No, I did so much, so many different sports.
Savior of the universe.
Quicksilver.
There was this friend of the silver arrows.
oh my god.
There
Oh.
was this friend of mine,
Dreams
Conrad. There was this
are
friend of
made
mine.
of the-
He was like, Hilton, can I drive your car? I was like, yeah, for sure. So we
Snapped the picture at the perfect moment.
we went to the track, and then there's nobody. Just it was my brother and I and this friend of mine. Because I'm like, can I drive? And no, and there's my cousin as well. And my cousin was like unbelievable, Jaime. Shout out to Jaime.
And Helder, your brother Helder?
My brother Helder, yeah. But Jaime was like, he was like 2 seconds of my time and a second of my brother's time. The first time he raced, he was just, now he is on my brother's team.
So he's just like a natural?
Yes, he's on my brother's team. That they win every single championship in Brazil right now in amateur, karting like that. But every year my brother wins, with the team. Yeah, it's just unbelievable. And Jaime is on that team.
Yeah,
he was just natural. But we got this other friend. I'm not gonna name it. He was like, can I drive? I said, yes, of course you can.
Audi Battle of the Logos, coming up soon, Andre. We have the Battle of the Logos coming up very soon.
Yeah,
yes, very soon. But anyways, so this friend of mine driving the kart, and then he does the first lap, and then he comes on the straight line, and I start running, next to him. It's like accelerate because he was going so slow, and then I was running, and I'm like, hey. And then I was running, and he looked at me like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How you're next to me? He thought that he was going fast. Because you're so, in the karting, you're so close to the ground that you think you're going fast. And then I was running, it's like, step on it. Yeah,
get going.
Get on it.
Yeah.
And then he started getting on it, and then, he did a little faster lap. But because I was running against the karting, and then I was running a little bit faster on foot.
Speaking about karting, don't you want to do that here? You can give us a hand cap, like half of a.
No, to be honest with you,
you need a full lap.
We do every now and again. It has been a little
3 times.
It's been a while. It has been a while since we went.
Give him a bicycle.
Both races, I finished second.
Yeah, that's right. Who won the first one?
I don't remember who won the first one, but the second one was the Lucas, the Fernando's brother.
Yeah.
Fernando's friend.
Hamilton's brother.
No. Fernando's friend. And the first race, I don't remember who it was.
Fernando Alonso.
There.
No, I never went to
Damon Hill.
And I finished second both races with the same time.
Senna's cousin.
Right? With the same time.
Yeah.
So you're consistent.
I was consistent, and then
It's faster.
the guy that finished the first race in first, on the second race, he was like 8th. And the guy that finished the second race first, on the first race, he was like 6th or something like that.
Yeah. Also, you got to do the Porsche drive experience at Coda. His instructor was like, hey, slow down.
Yeah, the guy. I have the video. It's on my YouTube channel, Hilton Kill. You can watch that.
Why?
No, he didn't say.
He didn't say slow down, but he was going so fast. The guy was like,
"Hey,
what are you doing here?"
Yeah, what are you doing, man?
You should be like, I'm getting my driving
But
experience.
the thing is, I got the 4th place of the day.
First time doing it.
The fourth fastest time all of the entire day.
And I had COVID.
No.
Like I was in the middle of the COVID.
The
3 guys faster.
The 3 guys that were faster than me, they were like
weekend warriors.
They were like the guys that used to do that, every time.
He'd never even done
They
it
were
before.
the Indianapolis, right?
That's why I said life is about opportunity.
Yeah.
You get to do it every weekend. Fastest.
Yeah.
You should have a hobby like that, like you should sell more for that, for sure. You have to sell a lot more.
Dylan, we need to sell more.
We were talking about it.
I can teach you a thing
our
or
own
two.
karting track.
I can teach you a thing or two on racing.
You are saying no for my invitation to kart?
I'll play you one-on-one in football.
You're saying no for my invitation to kart?
No, I'm saying yes.
Yeah, you're saying yes. Would you guys go?
Let's do wide receiver on DB.
But you know what? I'll reverse the engine, and I'll so that it runs backwards, and I'll race against you guys all, reversing.
Okay.
All right.
I want to film that because I'm not there to win.
Let's all go out on a field.
I'm there to be on your wing.
So either that, we just put like the front wheel. I don't need the back wheel. the front wheel, fixed front wheel, right? In wood, and only one wheel will turn, the other ones will be fixed, and then I'll race you with 3 wheels only.
Okay.
And then we'll go out to a football field out here on turf, and then we'll run one-on-ones, wide receiver DB. I'll wear tennis shoes and sweatpants and a hoodie and a backpack with a lot of weights in
We
it.
got a good competition there.
And then you wear cleats,
Yeah, I won't do.
but I'll wear
shit.
a backpack with 50 pounds on it.
I won't do shit. You know what I mean? It's not my sport.
That's the equivalent.
Yeah.
In basketball, I will let you shoot threes.
Man, I'm so bad at basketball. There are things that I'm not that
I'm gonna
good.
hit you with the step forward, crossover, step back.
I can play.
Boom.
I can play volleyball.
Luca.
I've been playing a little bit of beach volleyball lately, sand volleyball.
Yeah?
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I can play volleyball. You got 10 more years practice, and then we go.
I would love to give you a nice slice of humble pie for your birthday.
Happy birthday! Here's a broken hip.
Correct. Have you ever played pickleball?
Yes, I have played pickleball.
With whom?
My neighbor.
What do you feel like? Can you get competitive, or is just as?
Oh yeah,
Yeah?
absolutely. I wish there was. I wish I had the video,
It's
but
so
there was
nice.
there was a video of.
I want to go look.
I think it was a women. No, it was a women's pickleball team, and they were going against each other. And I mean, it's back and forth.
Boom, 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 boom.
And I mean, it was just really.
I know at the
entertaining.
club, I saw people playing, and some people there are good, and it's nice to watch. I just like more than any other sport the inclusiveness of this sport. You know, like you see, swimming is okay. Swimming and other sports that the elderly can play, it's okay. But that game, I've seen 70 people in their 70s and 80s playing.
They're getting after it.
It's smaller, slower.
But they're still competitively playing.
So, and what's really
With each other.
interesting is that our housing development, they put in a basketball, pickleball court combination. You can, do both on
Cool.
it. And then this actually, it's either tomorrow or Friday. You can go to the HOA place and get a free pickleball set.
Oh wow,
They're
really?
super into it. The communities, they have like a neighbor who is a head point of contact. Like if you want to get pickleball leagues, like there's multiple pickleball leagues.
Right?
Constantly that we go there, there's 20, 30 people waiting to play.
Wow.
Like it's really, really competitive. And you see all types of there's a ton of Brazilian people that live in our community. They love pickleball. So it kind of expands.
We're gonna see that in the Olympics.
Yeah, I think that'll be in the Olympics for sure.
This sport should be in the next Olympics. It's a phenomenon. I've seen the other day a video with 180 million views.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 3 weeks. It wasn't like 3 years and then it accumulates. No, it was 3 weeks old, and 180 million people watching it. I don't think other sports take that much. Okay, so who is the name of the Olympics? Biles?
Biles.
I don't know, that high jump guy. Is Swedish?
Mondo?
LeBron James?
It's Mondo Duplantis.
The point of
He only won one medal, but that was unbelievable.
the point of
Can't
collective
be the name
sports.
of the Olympics if you don't remember it.
The thing about team sports is that you share. Like in soccer, you touch the ball 2 minutes a game. It's 95 minutes of game played, and the best player, Messi, would touch 2 minutes.
Not this Olympics. They're adding 15 minutes added time.
Yeah.
How like Brazil against France? Like Brazil was winning, they added 18 minutes so France could score. Then France didn't score. Okay, 18 minutes, guys. No,
Brazil against Spain, this semifinal game, they added in the second half. They added 15 minutes.
against France was 18.
So they're just adding so much. They're playing for so long that it's crazy.
He's already boring 95 minutes. Now you're going to put it 100 minutes.
Yeah.
So if you had 95 minutes, I'm saying 95 because
Okay,
they
George,
only give
let's
2 minutes.
talk about this.
I know that's what I'm saying. It's like you give added time, but like it's become way more than that, which
Yeah,
is
so
crazy.
let's say
Should we change the 45 minutes to like a? We know that
25 minutes.
rolling ball.
Get after it.
It's about 25 minutes, 22 to 25
What's
minutes.
that?
In soccer. Should they change the
Okay,
rules
right.
to go like basketball? If the ball is out
Okay,
of play, you stop
It's
the
a good
clock.
question. I'm gonna start asking you all, right? So what do you think is the thing that is the most traditional thing in America that won't change? Like, this is not gonna change. Like, okay, there are a lot of changes in sports, but these are never gonna change in American football.
American sports?
Yeah.
Oh, and football?
Yeah, America more like football because you guys are more into it, but any sports.
I don't know. It's a tough question.
But there are
Many things.
many things, right?
Yeah, that's one of them for soccer.
How hard would it be to change those rules?
Well, we just got new kickoff rules, which is kind of crazy.
Yes, I love that,
Baseball
actually. I
had
understood.
some change.
I love that.
It basically, because it was like
scores are going to be higher.
kickoffs became more of just like I was watching a professional athlete talk about it. Like it became just like a rite of passage. Like you do the kickoff, but it became like a play that didn't mean much. So they've changed it now,
I like it.
and
I
it's
do like
definitely
it.
more exciting to watch.
Yes.
It's gonna potentially make a huge difference. That was a thing in the playoffs where Kansas City went down and scored on Buffalo. They didn't have a chance to go back on offense. They're kicked out the following year. Now you're guaranteed an opportunity to go score back. So there are little things that happen when you
Yes.
lobby for them, but like something big would be like, you know, you got 4 downs to get 10 yards. Like,
Yes.
let's add a 5th down. That would never happen.
Right. So the soccer committee is formed. You can pick up there because I can't remember exactly how it is, but it's like two English, one Scottish, one Irish, and one for the whole world. Things will only change if Great Britain decides to change. So you know that they are not traditional, right? That there's no tradition in England, right?
No.
Yeah. So it's really hard to
They have a
change.
king.
It's very hard to change anything in soccer.
Threw their tea in the harbor.
Very hard to change. You know?
Right.
So I think it's time. I think America is buying it. Other countries are buying the sport. There should be more opportunities for advertisement.
Okay,
There should
our
be
I agree.
opinions. Our opinions
Everyone's
here.
coming more to America. They should put more
3 times of 30.
North
If you don't wanna
American
change that.
drivers in the seats, and they got to make it easier
Our opinion on
for
soccer.
America. Yeah, it's
Our
boring.
opinion on soccer. Should we change to 2 times or 25s, but you stop the clock if there is a foul, if there is out?
Ball goes out of bounds. Yeah, that is the big difference because the clock doesn't stop, and they have this added time at the end. But if,
I don't like this thing of tradition. Soccer shouldn't stop the time. I think
make
most
the play
people.
a little more interesting.
I think most confederations, most clubs, everyone who plays the sport, they kind of want to keep this, this feeling that is not
But they're
that
adding-
clear.
they're adding, like,
they want
technical
the shady
time.
things. They want this. Yeah, but you know what? You know what they're gonna do? They're gonna keep doing that even more at the end. So it's gonna be, this 5 minutes when one team is winning and then it's all behind and it's boring game. Instead of 5 minutes, it's gonna be 20 minutes. It's gonna be 30 minutes of boring them.
more boring.
And I was going to say. how
I
many
agree
times-
with that, though. Yes.
and I was gonna say, how many- it's
gonna be-
I'm 100% with you.
And how many times does somebody get hurt and then they roll around and it takes them. Hey,
4 times,
Keep the
4 times
floor.
or 10
Keep the
minutes.
floor.
yeah,
roll.
stay on the floor, roll around a little bit here. We'll grab the stretcher. You grab it, and then they come right back in.
Yes.
You're like, fuck, man, that was 15 minutes of just watching an idiot lay down.
And
on
the time
ground.
and the clock
Keep
Yeah.
going.
keeps
kept
going.
going.
But that's what I'm saying.
Or pause it.
If they stop,
you know?
if the clock
Yes.
stops, like 4 times of 10 minutes, stopping the clock if the ball is not rolling.
I would put, if somebody gets injured, clock stops. But then that person has to be sitting on the bench for, and they do that in
X
football,
amount of time.
X amount of time.
Oh,
So if,
that would be nice. Yeah.
Hockey.
that would be nice.
Hockey also has.
Hockey also has it. So if you get if
There's a
you-
blue
it
card
would-
now. There's a blue card.
Which
They
does
introduced
what?
blue card in one competition. just to check if it worked.
And what is it
You spend like you are out of the game.
for the
You are out of that game.
for the whole game?
For example, if you get a yellow, right? So and then you can get 3 games in a row yellow, then you are out on the 4th game.
Right.
That's what happens, right? So if you are expelled in some countries, you spend 1 day, one game out, the next game out, and you are out of the
If
game.
you get a red card, is one game, right?
3 minutes of the first half, you get a red card. You don't play that game, and you don't play the next.
The next, yeah.
The yellow one, the blue one, is that if you are expelled at 90th minute, you just don't play the end. If you get the
Doesn't
yellow
carry
card,
over.
it doesn't carry over.
Oh, that's interesting.
So it doesn't carry over. That's it. So it's a little bit different from what you're saying.
Your mom.
No, Camila.
Oh, it's Camila? Okay.
Thanks, sweetie.
Conrad, you're so handsome.
Oh my God!
I
I want a print of that because I want to send to Tamiris.
I know.
What did it say?
What'd you say?
So you should marry him.
I can introduce him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Can I get that referral?
Yeah.
So do you understand about? Yeah, and I think soccer could be. I don't know. Maybe there is a whole tradition about the 45 minutes, what happened before and after, and then 90 minutes. Maybe there is a. I don't know. Maybe something about this that is part of the tradition that you can't change. But maybe 4 times of 25 minutes, or stop the clock, and
Something
then you
like
play
that, yeah.
2 halves of 30, and then
Right.
you stop the clock. There's going to be more game. It's going
Well,
to
30 will be more game, but 25 will be about
And
the
would
same.
that help control
Depends
the
on
flopping
the
and
league.
laying down? Because you're not getting anything out of laying down as far
Right.
as stopping the
Depends on-
clock. They,
Say it again. I'm sorry. I missed that.
Well, and just when they get hurt, all the flopping and then laying down, and then all this clock's getting wasted.
Yeah. So stop the clock.
You don't gain
Yeah.
anything from it other than trying to draw a penalty. Everybody
It's not-
tries to draw a foul.
It's not only that, they give like 15 extra added time,
That's the worst part.
and it goes to 18 minutes, because during that 15 minutes, a lot of
Man, there's
You
so
know,
many.
players
There's so
is
many
still
discussions
more
on
stoppage.
this.
flopping.
Oh, look at this. Do you want the game? Do you want more game when the players are 100%, or at the end they are at the end of their hopes, and then they have to
Yeah.
play 15 minutes more? It adds some edge to that because like crazy
tired.
plays happen, more mistakes happen. I like that, but I want to see them play more time when they are at the top,
I think
not at the
stopping,
end.
yeah, but I think stopping the time, you would go like, okay, you're flopping, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
But on the other hand,
They may get a little bit of
And that was
breath.
my point with, if you're gonna flop, you have to sit out for 10 minutes. You got to sit out for 10 minutes. If you're injured, you get a 10-minute break. You want to come back in? Fantastic.
Maybe
They-
5
they
minutes.
fall-
Maybe 5 minutes.
They hit
Yeah.
the little Peter Griffin like,
Right.
and they get up and they just start running.
That's my
Yeah.
point.
That's the part where
That's-
I agree.
On the
what-
other
If you're
hand,
that hurt, go sit out for
Yes.
5 minutes.
On the
How
oth-
bad is
yeah.
it?
5 minutes is good. Yeah.
But on the other hand, let's say you're winning.
No limits
or-
on stopping
let's say-
players, and stop the clock.
But look at this. Imagine that think about this. You're all in. You're all in. The moment, the psychological moment is yours. Then I create 5 situations to stop the game. So, the momentum is yours, and then I stop the game, and then I stop the game, then I stop the game, then I stop the game.
It becomes a tactical.
It's going to be
Right.
tactical. So it's a different sport then.
Yeah, yeah.
It becomes a different sport, you
Yeah.
know? So
It
because-
changed the game a little bit.
Yeah. In Libertadores, which is, like the Champions League in South America,
Yeah.
you see, if you're winning 1-0, man, you're defending, you're killing time,
Yeah, it's
you're
boring.
passing,
It's boring.
it's boring.
It's boring.
And you see, so that doesn't sell. That probably the game, more people will be
I know.
watching the game.
We add 2 more goals,
Okay, that's wild.
so we have 1 goalkeeper in the end, and 2 more goalkeepers on the sides. So we have 6 goalkeepers. So you can actually score on any.
I can go crazy now after that. I mean,
Quidditch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rocket League. I would love a Rocket League.
How about 2 balls? Why not?
Not
We're all
bad,
familiar
not bad,
with that.
not bad.
Yeah.
2 balls, not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every now and again, we get 2 balls in the field.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Like 4 referees. Also, right? At least 2 referees. You need that, you know.
Yeah.
But how about VAR? How
That'd be
about
interesting.
VAR is VAR is like a big thing in soccer. You know, like it's very controversial. It's been there since 2008.
Right.
It took 5 years to implement, and it's still.
And
in Brazil,
now it's not anymore the central body of the player. There was one that the finger of the player was the Spanish players were giving condition for the Brazilian one and she scored. It was about 2 inches, right? Of just the fingers of the hand.
we should talk one day about only controversial, very controversial plays that you remember in sports, because there are many websites there, you know, like rule that
Fumble.
you have to bend the rules. You know, someone bend the rules. Like in soccer, this guy had a dog, so the forward dribbled the goalkeeper, kicked the ball, it would be a goal, and then the guy releases the dog, and the dog stops the ball.
Really?
What do you do? Those are the things I would like to do, like pick up the rules of FIFA, right? So what happens if this happened?
Yeah, if a dog gets
Banner.
it.
If I die, this happens.
Wasn't that an episode in what's that?
Ted Lasso?
Yeah,
Yeah, something like
the
that.
dog.
Yeah, exactly. So in soccer, definitely there are. In soccer, there are plays like this, but I bet in American football it was going to be even more common.
It's plays that shape the game, and rules the following year get
Exactly.
changed because of it.
Exactly. So those kind of things.
And one thing that I noticed, I talked to Dylan about it, it's like us Brazilians, we don't care about the play, we care about the result of the play. And the Americans, they care about the play because like, oh no, hold on, but they did that. That's actually pretty good. So if they could mimic that again, it could potentially
reproduce
that could potentially, and then change just a tiny little bit. So you guys, because of the culture, it gives a little more importance to the
Build up.
the build up and the strategic.
I would argue that's probably specific to soccer, though, because you might have a similar experience with football.
Okay.
American football.
Yeah.
Because you might be like, the lead up to this, that was really good. Like, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Yes.
He has to throw it. He has to catch the ball. So I know he ran up and he did this and he got open. Nothing happened with it. It doesn't matter. And so with soccer, I watch a lot of soccer, so you see like, that was cool.
Yeah.
It's all, and like you said,
it doesn't matter.
I'm trying to get myself into this game. Because I'm not used to it and I don't know a lot about it. And if not for that, I couldn't even watch this because it's just 0-0 boring.
It's boring. Soccer is boring comparing to football, to be honest with you.
Because they made it easier to score, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, if you made it easier to score points, you got points on the board.
That's what I'm saying.
All of a sudden, psychologically, you're like, we have a game going.
Add 2 more goalkeepers.
Well, get rid of offsides. In my opinion, I think offsides is the dumbest thing. If there's 50 people, if the whole team stands right there and wants to
We talked about hockey.
And one person comes over here and get it and they score.
The ice hockey, there is no offside.
Change your
Use
strategy.
the walls.
Okay, there are videos about this. Okay, there are videos about that, and the game is 10 times more boring.
It's more boring with no offsides because too many goals.
Yeah, because everyone moves this side, you know, and there's a big kick, and then there are players there. The game is just about long balls with all the teams there set, and then the ball goes to the other side.
No,
then
but
it goes to the side.
George, we used to have a soccer pitch in the back of our house. My uncles, they owned the whole land, so we had a soccer like a five-a-side thing, but not
Society
indoors.
like that.
Not indoors, but it's still grass and stuff. In the back of our houses, back in the 90s, and sometimes we played like, okay, if the ball hits the wall, it's outside. But sometimes you could bounce the ball on the wall. Sometimes we played that rule. It's like, okay, if it bounces, you can use the wall. You pass the ball.
Right.
Yeah, man.
It was much more exciting
Like hockey.
because the ball was rolling.
I didn't like it. I played a championship in Chicago like this for the city I used to live, Oak Park, play for the team, and
I like it.
it's exhausting.
Well, it's tiring.
It's exhausting, and then
If you're not a squash player,
it's exhausting. It's and then the goal.
He beat a
the
car
goal.
in a foot race.
The goal is this big. The goal is very tiny. The scores are very low.
the goal is half the size of the professional goal.
Yeah, it's like so.
Or what if we just did, a compromise of like offsides in soccer where it's not like you're on this end of the field, everyone comes over here, you kick it. There's still offsides like certain ways, but like from midfield to over here, there's no offsides. But if you're in your own trying to kick it all the way across, then you can't do that. Like you're adding stipulations.
Okay,
but
there is a
that
rule. Okay?
would be something
So
that would make it more
if the
interesting.
players in the halfway.
If the pass is within 50% of the field length
No, but
or something.
that's it. That's the rule. That's why you have
Like basketball has that. You have to pass to the half
court
line,
line in a certain amount of
10
time.
seconds. In soccer, there's a video from Ferguson. He used to be the head coach from Manchester United. He would place his two fastest players. This is halfway, okay? He would put it in this is his half. He would put his two players in the very corner in the two corners, right? Because they're fast, and then they would never be offside. They would never be offside because any ball that goes their way,
They'd run.
and then they would run, and then it doesn't matter if there's nobody there, but halfway.
But if the rules is equal for everybody,
It is.
they would start. Yeah, but they would start getting everybody to be as good as whatever team that has their advantage on.
But what do you think the other team does? The
I
other
think-
teams put players there,
Yes.
so the field all of a sudden is big.
Yes.
But from a perspective of a person who watches soccer, plays soccer as a child, when you're kids, all you want to do is score a goal.
Yes.
That's all you want to do.
It wasn't me,
So if
but I
you-
understand most people want this. It wasn't me.
If you had more opportunity to keep the ball in play.
Yes. Well, my point being the entertainment factor of like having everyone conglomerated in one area fighting over the ball, and then if it gets out, you gotta get the guy or get the ball back into your goal or something like that. I just think it would be more. Anytime that you do watch soccer, isn't it more entertaining to like those side kicks or penalty kicks when it's anything goal or scoring orientated?
I
People
love
are
watching
into it.
corner kick.
A corner kick. My point being with that is that how
You
many
like
times
to
have you
watch it.
seen?
But you know how many goals come from corner kicks?
Not a lot.
1.5%.
Yes.
But I like the.
Very low.
It's like watching a Hail Mary.
Right.
And
It's so low, but it's fun to
It's
watch.
fun to
Yeah,
watch.
it's one of
Because
them.
there's potential.
And I think that's the excitement, the building up factor. Of
When
that.
we played the thing that no offside, not no offside, no outside, but only on the sides, not on the back.
Right.
Yeah.
The back
Still a
would
corner.
be still corner.
Right.
So yes, I think the corner is a good thing in soccer.
Yeah,
Right.
if
But
you like to watch it,
I mean,
How many goals come from free kicks, percentage wise?
if
it's
they
more. It's like
okay,
3-4 times more.
If
than,
they
it's
change-
it's more because it's frontal.
but George, if they made the sideline, the sideline,
Not a throw in or something?
not a throwing with the hand, with
Like a kick
with a
placement?
kick,
Yeah.
that would be actually pretty good.
I think it would be really.
That would be like a tiny small
Give a
change.
little rainbow. Yeah, you're just adding
Yeah.
an opportunity.
Yes.
Or you could implement a second rule, like basketball. If you have a lane violation, you have a ball and you're backing in, you can only be doing it for 3 seconds.
Yes, inside the rim.
the paint.
inside
Yeah,
inside
in the paint. In the paint.
Yeah.
Yes.
What if you did the
But
same
not in the FIBA. FIBA, the rules
It
there.
can bounce off the rim and you can pull it
You
too,
can-
right?
You see, it's
Yes.
It just
Yes.
happened.
You can pull it, yes.
Jokic
He
scored.
did it.
Jokic scored the 6 points for them, and he took the ball, the
pulled
winner,
it out.
the winner.
Yeah.
You can't do that. This
Not the
is-
NBA.
No, the NBA.
Not
can't
in
do
NBA,
that.
no,
Right.
and
But how Serbia was down that game, right?
Was down.
By how much?
Not NBA.
26.
26 points.
Yeah, it's a
That's an
Brazilian league.
incredible
I don't
amount to
know.
be down.
No, yeah.
And then take it into overtime.
Especially
NBA, BBA, which is the
down
Brazilian
4
one,
points.
you can't
and
do
then
that.
still find a way to win
Oh,
by 5.
okay.
That was
So I wonder
that
what
was an
the
exciting game to watch.
FIB was.
Versus Australia, right?
Yeah.
Australia, and I picked Australia.
It's a
different
I picked
rules.
Australia
Yeah.
to win because of the how they've got the grit. I like teams. They don't need to be good.
That's what I've been telling Hilton about. Is like the
Grit.
Okay.
aggressiveness.
Do you want?
We gotta wrap it up unless you want me to go and then
Yes.
you guys continue.
Yeah,
but
good.
No, yeah. We're at a spot. Thanks for watching. As always, like,
subscribe?
comment.
And share.
and
Yes.
we'll see you next week.
Good.
And hold on.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh my God, here we go again.
I
Stop the prince.
I beat PK.